Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of r/slash entitled people. In today's episode, stranger wanted free TV. Did you just take my picture? Entitled woman in doctor's office. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Stranger wanted free TV. So this happened a few months ago. I was visiting my mom at her house, and I noticed she left an older, smaller flat-screen TV outside by the trash bin. She told me that the picture on the TV had been going out for a long time until it had finally stopped working, so she put it out by the trash. Time passes, and there is a knock on the door. Some random woman was outside holding the TV. She asked if the TV worked, and my mom said, "No, that's why it was in with the trash." So the lady looks like she is upset by this, even though she is a random person who knocked on my mom's door to ask about trash that she had put outside. The woman then says, "Oh, well, if it doesn't work, I don't want it," in a tone like we were trying to sell her something, or that we were remotely concerned about her satisfaction with the trash. And then she asks, "What else do you have?" My mom and I just kind of looked at each other, and I said, "Nothing for you." The woman got upset like she was at a store or something, and got a look on her face like she was going to ask to speak to the manager. She then started demanding that my mom give her a working TV. My mom finally just told her that she was calling the police, and that scared the woman away. She left with the TV still, but I just don't understand what the woman was thinking. It was in the trash. That's a clue that it might be broken. Sometimes you can't fix stupid. But sometimes you can fix TVs. She should just taken the trash TV, and when she found out it was broken, put it out in her own trash. Had this happen, selling a Nintendo Switch Lite for stupid cheap, just the console for $75. Bro shows up and looks in the game slot and asks where all the games are. I specified that it was just the device. He goes off on me about how he saw games in the photo. There wasn't, and he demanded I give him a bunch. I told him he didn't have to buy it, and I'll sell to someone else. Guy acted like I'd murdered his family pet, shrieking at me as he threw money at me and ran off. He gave me 100. Old mate was hoping you'd throw in the games just to shut him up. Half the time, these electronics just need to have capacitors replaced. The woman needed to have her reality module repaired. TVs are much easier. Did you just take my picture? I like birds. I had spent the better part of the day in airplanes, trying to avoid small talk and elbows of strangers, and after dropping off my luggage at the hotel, I take a stroll towards the nearest park to unwind and watch birds. On the way, I meet a woman coming towards me in athletic gear, walking a bull terrier on a short leash. Now, I'm a bit nervous of certain dog breeds, so I step off the sidewalk as they approach and back on again once they pass. From behind me I hear, "Did you just take my picture?" Confused, I turn around to see the lady in a power stance, glaring at me. "What? Did you just take my picture?" she asks.
No.
I assume she's referring to the camera and telephoto lens I have hung around my neck. Remember, I like birds. "What's in your pocket?" she asks. Up until that moment, I didn't notice that I had my hand in my pocket. I guess I must have a habit of walking with my hand in my pocket. I pull my hand out, wallet in tow, and hold it up for her to see. "My wallet," I reply. "You don't have a phone in there?" I realize that there's no rational way out of this conversation, and I don't want to show her my camera and cell phones to prove my innocence. I'm tired and annoyed, and don't have the energy for a big scene. "You want my wallet?" I ask and raise an eyebrow. "Did you take a picture of me?" she asks again. "Why do you want my wallet?" I ask, loud enough for people to look at us. She immediately blushes, looks down, and mutters, "Oh, never mind," as she turns and walks away. I outdumbed her, and I felt pretty good about it. This might become my go-to strategy going forward. For my fellow birders, I added 2 birds to my life list at the park. What an excellent day. I love how you handled that, lady. Congrats on your 2 life birds from a fellow birder. I've been under the weather with bronchitis for the past week and a half, so all of my birding is being done in my yard right now. I still have at least 6 painted buntings visiting one of my feeders. I would love it if they stayed here all summer, however. I know that they'll be migrating north in several weeks, so I'll enjoy them while they're here. I'm curious, what were your 2 life birds? Wow, painted buntings are beautiful. I've never seen one. I'm a bit jealous. I saw northern cardinals and a hermit thrush. It would be hilarious if she pointed to your camera with its lens cap still on. My husband just took up photography, and we've had a few similar instances while taking pictures of wildlife, mainly birds and insects. One day my husband was taking pictures of geese in a retention pond near our house. A couple of teenage girls walking past call out to him that he'd better not be taking photos of them. They then go into an abandoned parking lot and start making a TikTok doing sexy dances. My husband snaps a few more shots of the geese, and they take off from the lake and starts packing up. Due to the loud music the girls are now dancing to, one of the girls says something about pervy old men and how it's disgusting how they watch little girls. My husband just shakes his head and asked her who she thought would be watching their video when they posted on social media. The girls give him surprised Pikachu faces, and he walked back home. Entitled woman in doctor's office. I hadn't encountered entitlement until this woman. I had a doctor's appointment and had filled in all the required info online. So when I got to office, all I had to was check in with the receptionist for my doctor. One woman was at the window, so I got behind her to wait. After a couple of minutes, I noticed the receptionist and woman weren't interacting. The receptionist had turned away and was on her computer. Then I realized this woman was filling out all her paperwork while standing at the window. Instead of taking it and sitting down, she was standing there blocking the window and filling out the multi-page form. I coughed a couple of times, to no avail. Finally, the receptionist at the other window took pity on me, even though she doesn't handle my doctor, and checked me in. Luckily, there weren't any other patients waiting to sign in because I'm sure she'd have done the same thing. The entitled woman finally finished filling out the paperwork and plopped all her stuff in one seat and sat down, huffing with impatience. Everything about her screamed entitled. "Hi, could you please move over a little bit so I could check in?" Even if she huffs at you, that'll alert the receptionist you're there. The receptionist should have handled it honestly. "Please take this to your seat and fill it out," should be told to everyone by the receptionist. "Excuse me, I'm here to check in," is what you should have said instead of coughing once you realized what was happening. Yeah, the woman was obviously oblivious, but what was with the receptionist not asking her to move? I would say it's more of what I call being blithely unaware. I see it all the time. My favorite is the BART trains in the San Francisco area. You need your ticket to get out of the station. During the commute crush, you'll always see women in line get up to the exit gate and suddenly realize that they need to find their ticket in their purse, and they'll block everyone behind them while they poke around in their purse. They could just step aside while they search for it, and then squeeze back in line when they do. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.